Hello, May class, and welcome to your next lesson. You may be a little bit confused by the date, but we previously were going to use these on Friday, and obviously they've got Friday's date, but we're actually going to be using these today on a Monday. So you are in the correct lesson. It is your Monday lesson. So please just ignore the date that is written at the top of our page. Hello, May class, and welcome to your next English lesson. In the previous lesson, you were editing your non-chronological reports about Mrs. Bowen, and you should have completed the final, neat, final version of your non-chronological report and put that up onto Tapestry for us. Today, you are going to be doing research of your own for your final hot task for the term. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Right, so you're going to be researching a famous leader of your choice to write your final non-chronological report about. Now, this has got a bit of flexibility in who you want to do, and I will go into a little bit more detail about that now. So our two non-chronological reports that we have just looked at, so the original text map as well as the one that you have just we've innovated together about the same person, has been focused on strong female leaders, both in the past when we were looking at Boudica and obviously in the present when we are looking at Mrs. Bowen. So today, you are going to choose your own person to write a non-chronological report about. It is going to be your own choice of who you write about, whether it be male or female, whether it be someone from the past or someone from the present. Okay? And you are also going to be able to, I'm just going to change this. Right. I want you to think about some of the people that we have learnt about at school that maybe were leaders in some way, that we have learnt that they led people or they led a revolution, or maybe they were really well known for something. So I've put a few pictures up that may start jogging your memory. We've got Emmeline Pankhurst, and a lot of these you may have seen in year 3. Rosa Parks, we've got Nelson Mandela, we've got Mahatma Gandhi, we've got Lydia Simmons, who obviously we learnt about earlier this year during our Black History Month. We've got Mary Anning, was another famous person that obviously did quite a lot of, she led quite a lot of research into obviously those dinosaur bones that she found. So these are all historical figures that you could do. And I've put ones up that we've learned about at school because I know that you would have learned a lot about these people at some point. So already it's a good starting point because you know something about them. Right, you are going to choose your own leader to write about. And now I'm giving you the opportunity to write either about a historical figure, so someone famous in history, or it could be someone from present day. If I'm thinking about what's been happening in present day, and we say leader, we've discussed some of the characteristics of being a leader, and we can see that it's not just somebody that leads a country. It could be someone like Marcus Rashford, who's been leading that campaign for making sure that all children are fed in the holidays, making sure that that is all fair for them. It could be someone from the past, like someone like Nelson Mandela or Rosa Parks. If you want to be a little bit more up to date, you could look at, if you were following the US elections and the new president of the United States, Joe Biden, it could be someone like that. It could be someone closer to home. So you could look at the Queen as the head of the monarch. She's still around today. It could also be someone that is maybe a leader in the community that you know about. So it could be a leader of a sports team. It could be the leader of a band, or someone that has made a difference or has maybe got something interesting that you could write about. So I want you to really think about who you're going to write about, and how you're going to structure it. Thinking about the people that we've spoken about. Boudica led her army. Mrs. Bowen leads her school. Do you want to talk about someone that leads a country, or leads a sports team, or leads a revolution of some kind, like Nelson Mandela did, like Rosa Parks did? Do you want to talk about someone who led scientific discoveries? Do you want to talk about someone who invented something that led to scientific discoveries? So it could be in science, it could be in a lot of different things. So you are going to have a bit of time today to research this. So I would like you to complete a spider diagram, just like we have done for Mrs. Bowen, with your ideas about this person and the information that you gather. Think back to the kinds of information that you gathered on Mrs. Bowen, the kinds of things that she shared with us. She shared with us about her early life. We spoke a bit about her schooling, about what she studied, about her job as a teacher and then as a head teacher. We spoke about things that she enjoys, things that she does for fun. So think about all of that. You could say with leaders, things that they're most well known for. So if they've made a scientific discovery and they were a leader in the scientific community, like Mary Anning, maybe that could be something you talk about. You could talk about their discoveries a little bit. So you've got a bit of freedom here, but I want you to think about someone that has led something, that has led to something, someone important, either during present day or in history, that you could now talk about in a non-chronological report. So your 3 tasks today are as follows. And we're keeping this video quite short so that you have some time to go and do the research you need. You know how to use Kiddle to do this. Make sure you are being safe with your researching. So you're going to research either a strong female figure or we're just going to say figure, it could be male as well. So a strong figure to write your non-chronological report about. So a leader that they can write your non-chronological report about. I want you to use a spider diagram. I want you to use a spider diagram for your ideas or a mind map to organize and help you organize your thoughts into possible paragraphs. These paragraphs can also already, you can start thinking about your subheadings. So you could have things like appearance, early life, schooling, invention, what they're most famous for, what their job is, all that kinds of thing you could have as subheadings. Think about when we discussed paragraphs about the subheadings being posed as a question or as a statement. So give that a think as well. And then I would also, as a third task, like you to draw a picture that can be included in your non-chronological report. And don't forget that any pictures that are included in your non-chronological report also need to have a caption. Your caption should be explaining what that picture is about. So hopefully you come up with some really interesting ideas today. You've got a bit of freedom with who you choose. So like I said, it can be a historical leader, it can be a modern day leader, it can be someone well known in your community, it can be someone that's famous around the world maybe. They don't have to run a country. It can be someone like Marcus Rashford or a head teacher or someone like that, just like we did with Mrs. Bowen. So you've got a bit of freedom with it, but I want you to think carefully about the information that you are collecting and start organizing it into ideas for each paragraph. We've focused quite a bit on making sure that each paragraph is written about specific topics. So think about that and think about what you can include in your non-chronological report, and also think about some fun facts that maybe you want to include as well. Don't forget to put this onto Tapestry for us, please. I'm really excited to see who you've chosen to write your non-chronological report about. Make sure that you are keeping these mind maps, because we're going to then box up that information before turning it into some writing. Make sure you've got hold of it and that it's written out neatly so that you can refer back to it when you need the information. Don't forget that your work needs to be on Tapestry today by 4 p.m.